Yo, what's up, guys? Eric Nemo here to drop some jewels on you about influencer marketing in 2020 and how you can use influencer marketing to scale your online business. Let's get right into it. So, what is influencer marketing, right? Influencer marketing is the ability to build relationships with an authoritative figure in a niche to bridge the relationship between brands and targeted customers. So, as you know, influencers are influencers because they have an audience that does respect their opinion, that trusts them as an authoritative figure in whatever niche or space there is. The way to use influencers is you use that influencer in order to build the bridge, build the communication between you and your targeted audience, right? What is an influencer? An influencer is someone that has authority over your targeted audience. They have the ability to persuade your audience to take action, and they also have the ability to create content around your product or service. In this case, a influencer is not always going to be someone that has 100,000 person following. It could be someone that has 1,000 person following. It could be someone who has a 500 person following. As long as they have the authority over an engaged audience and the ability to persuade that audience to take action, then that is your influencer. So finding influencers in your niche. How I find influencers in my niche is I use a custom coded tool here with our company, and I go over that actually in my course about how to find the best tool for you to use to help you find influencers. Also, I use this tool to create a list of influencers for you as well. Now, you can do a couple of different things here when finding influencers in your niche. You can search through your hashtags, right? So if you go to search, type in hashtag fashion, right? You may be able to find influencers in there. However, that process is a little bit tedious. You can search through through other brands in your niche, same strategy. So going to other brands in your niche and going to see who they're following, you're also going to be able to find a couple of different influencers through there as well. Again, in using influencer search tools. So there's tools such as Social Bakers, Affluence, which I use a lot, and of course one of my favorite is Media Kicks. And you can also use these tools in order to help you search through finding influencers. Not only that, some of these tools also allow you to get in contact with influencers through them as well. So I would prefer to go through using the tool or having someone build a list out for me, and I go through those processes in my course as well, if you guys are interested. Types of influencers, right? So there's a couple of different types of influencers that you can use. You can use a niche page, and what a niche page is an example right here is a page that focuses on one specific niche. As you can see, this page focuses on fashion. So if you have a brand that's in the fashion niche, such as women's jewelry or women's clothing, I would use a niche page in order to shout out my brand's page in order to attract followers. I wouldn't necessarily use it in order to do a promo. Depending on the type of niche page it is and engagement, it may be able to work. A personality, which I find works a lot better, which is an actual human being, someone that's getting on camera, talking to their audience every single day. I find that those work a lot better when using them for promotions, shout outs, or even to drive sales, right? Because it's somebody that's on camera, it's a real life person, a smile that they're using in order to keep their audience engaged. And content distributors. So a niche page will be able to be a content distributor. So if you're finding, your best performing piece of content, I'll also go on that with you guys. You can use that best performing piece of content, distribute it over to these niche pages or smaller influencers in order to get your product or brand seen. Choosing an influencer. So This is where I see a lot of people struggle at is when choosing their influencer. There's not really a lot of information out there on what is a good influencer for your brand and for your niche, and that's what I'm here to help you guys out with. So know your target audience, right? If you know your targeted audience, then you're going to know what type of influencer you should be reaching out to. If your target audience is, say, people in the fitness niche, right? Primarily men, then you're not going to go to a female bodybuilder because her audience may not be in alignment with your targeted audience. Also, when looking at influencers, again, it's not the amount of followers that they have, but you want to focus on the amount of engagement that their followers are actually given. That way, you know that if your product is going to go up, you're going to get a higher conversion rate because people are going to be interacting and engaging with your influencer's post. And again, brand alignment is super important. So as you can see here, this screenshot shows how many followers the influencer has, and it shows the engagement rate. So how many people are liking, commenting, and so on and so forth with this influencer's page. As you can see, this influencer has a super high engagement rate. She also shows her bio that she does promote. The picture get cut off. This is actually from the tool that I was telling you guys that I use when searching for influencers, and it also shows me kind of a cool introduction to her style of content. So I would probably use this influencer if I was in a fashion niche in order to help promote my brand or product. Contacting these influencers, how to stand out. So first things first, you want to stand out, guys. You know, these influencers are getting blown up in the DMs every single day with a hey, a yo, a what's up, right? So one of the things that I use in order to stand out is I use the influencer's name. So immediately I'm saying, hey Alex, hey Justin. You might throw a couple of emojis in there. Or another good thing that I've seen works is in the beginning of the message, if you're saying brand collaboration or IG business deal, something along those matters to really get you guys to stand out in the inbox. Be very personable. So again, as you can see an example, hey Alex, checking out your content and it's amazing. Something we would love to stand behind and show our audience. We're looking for content creators just like yourself to help us create content for our newly launched CBD company. Let us know if you will be interested. Hey, thanks for reaching out. Where are you located? Bam, the conversation is started right there, guys. It's up to you guys in order to be able to bridge and to be able to build that relationship between you and the influencer. But there goes a cool little I guess script that you guys could be able to use when reaching out into influencers. Influencer reply. So what happens once you get that influencer to reply, right? A couple of things are going to happen depending on your approach. 9 times out of 10, they're going to ask you, what is your pricing, right? So they're going to tell you, look, I do $80 for this, that, and the third, or they're going to ask you, what is your budget, right? How much are you looking to spend? They're going to ask, what is your product, if you didn't mention that in the beginning, right? So I usually always go for a product in exchange for a shout out or for a promotion first. And that way it's a low barrier to entry. The influencer actually gets a chance for them to be able to hold the product in hand and be able to use it. So when they're promoting the product or doing the shout out, it comes off a little bit more authentic, right, guys? And as you can see here is another example. So I gave them my spiel, and would you like to do a shout out, or promo for promo in exchange for a piece of our product? I don't do freebies, and I am also an ambassador for Dimebacks. Cool. I appreciate you reaching out, though. Okay, well, no problem. How much would a promotion be? We could pay more than Dimeback if you're up for it. Hey, I'm doing anything in order to get the deal done, right? If it makes sense. So influencer then goes in, it's $30 for a post, $10 for a story, boom, bam. So if that works within your budget and it's reasonable for what it is that you guys are looking to do in terms of your promotion, whether that's a shout out, whether that's promoting a product, whether that's distributing that best performing piece of content, then if it makes sense, hey guys, always negotiate as best as you can. The ad. So the goal of the ad here is impressions, drive traffic, or to get followers. That's something that you guys really want to focus on, right? So already have an idea of what it is that you want that promotion to be, to look like, and what it is the end goal of that promotion, and what makes sense as far as pricing when it goes to that ad. Types of ads, right? So again, you guys are going to get shout outs, you guys are going to get product images, right? So just posting your product to their story or posting your product onto their page, that's a type of ad, right? Also, you're going to probably get content such as this one here, which I'll show you guys in a little bit, of them actually using the product, giving their story, brief background. This makes the best type of ads because it's a little bit more personable. You can actually save these pieces of content and distribute them across multiple sources, right? And use them for ads with Facebook marketing, Snapchat marketing, YouTube, so on and so forth. So I will really lean more towards content created ads, than just like a shout out. Depending on what your goal is for that influencer, you're going to have different ad types for different types of influencers. And last but not least, guys, just want to be able to relay this message to you that it's your Instagram's page or your website's or landing page's job to convert the traffic that the influencer brings, right? So the influencer is not always going to be best at selling your product or your service. The influencer's job is really to drive interest in your product or service. So keep that in mind, guys. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and let me know. If you guys are looking for more in-depth knowledge into how influencer marketing should be used to help drive traffic and get sales for your business, go ahead and in the comments below, you'll see a link to our Facebook group where you can find more information. You'll also see a link to getting on a scheduled call with us where we can go over strategy and see if our course makes sense for you. Or if you guys just want to check it out, see if you could do it on your own. You've already been doing a great job of doing it yourself, but you're looking for a list of influencers that you can reach out to. Also, feel free to click on the link below and you guys will be directed in order to get a list of your first 50 influencers from us. All right, peace, guys.